we should constantly remind ourselves about the elephant in the room, which elephant has oftentimes been succinctly adumbrated by our leader, the patriarch, retired Colonel Dr. Kiza Besigye, which is the systematic and systemic whittling of sovereign authority of the people of Uganda as a direct consequence of the coup d'etat that was executed by the M7 dynasty against the constitutional order. And that is the crux of the matter. This constitutional order was overthrown by General Kaguta Museveni. Dr. Besigye has oftentimes explained this, that they went to the bush, General Mutu can bear testimony to this, captured the state power, state instrument number one, statutory instrument number one was executed in 1986. That proclaimed the usurpation of people's sovereign power, which was vested in the army. And now the army was also deposed, was also overthrown by General Kaguta Museveni. The power was grabbed from the army and vested in the family of the Kaguta dynasty. And now, that's where now power resides. This has always been explained by Dr. Kiza Besigye. The sovereign authority of this country is no longer the citizenry. The sovereign authority does not reside within the people and the constitution. It resides in the family of Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. In the midst of all this political imbroglio, I can proudly state that our gallant members and millions of Ugandans, under the tutelage of our aforesaid patriarch, retired Colonel Dr. Kiza Besigye, who is currently incarcerated, albeit illegally, at Luzira, have unwaveringly stayed the course and staged a sustained and relentless pushback. I thank you very, very much for that resilience. Today, I am deeply honored and profoundly humbled to stand before you, fellow compatriots, on this momentous occasion of launching our new formation, the People's Front for Freedom, a political formation with the DNA of defiance, resilience, grit, and non-compliance with oppression and suppression. That is our DNA. Today, I am deeply honored and profoundly saying, that's what I've said. The core mission of this newly born platform is to valiantly continue with execution of the said struggle to its logical conclusion, restore people's sovereignty or sovereign power to be able to determine their destiny and deliver a country that works for all. I hope it's not lost on all of us that plot 6 at Katonga Road, where we are gathered today, has never been and will never be a haven for political merchants, schemers, and fortune hunters, but rather a command center for non-violent liberation struggle to salvage our motherland from the cliff where it is hanging today. So take this, make no mistake. This place here, this command center, is not a center for schemers. It's for people who are determined. And I can see determined faces. All the individuals you see here, they are determined to salvage our country from the doldrums. And that's what brings us together. And that's what bonds us together. It's not brotherhood, it's not sisterhood, it's not friendship, it's nothing else but the liberation struggle to get back this country to where it should be, in the hands of Ugandans. All our political programs, agenda, and conversations should be guided by the values that we dearly espouse and our instructive motto, which are also our instructive motto, which is enshrined in Article 2 of the PFF Constitution, that is freedom for all for freedom. All the conversations you have, all the endeavors, the engagements you have, the activities, Please, you should be guided by that motto. And this freedom is not only for Dr. Besigye, it's not only for Obedi Lutale, it's not only for us who are assembled here, but for all Ugandans regardless of their political opinions and affiliations. Dear comrades, we have come a long way. However, for the moment, we have a very reason to celebrate this very milestone of attaining the PFF as a registered political front, which has not come cheap. This has already been explained. I don't need to elaborate. It has not been an easy journey. We navigated through a rigid and perilous political terrain right from August 2024 until 50 June 2025, when we officially received our certificate of registration. That is a journey worth celebrating, and it's a huge milestone. I am indeed elated as an individual to have led the interim leadership that guided us through this roller coaster journey. In a special way, I wish to thank you, comrades, for entrusting us, myself and the team, with such a gigantic and challenging duty of steering this process, and in the same vein, register my gratitude to the entire team that has fought valiantly during the registration exercise. The team headed by the Honorable Wafro Gutu, kudos, thank you very, very much for the job well done. Whereas certification has been long overdue and indeed a welcome development, the front has always continued to execute its agenda unabated, albeit with the usual state persecution. Make no mistake, it's not the certificate that is giving us the agenda to pursue. The agenda is already there. The mission is there. The vision is there. This is just a small legal addition cover to cushion us against a few excesses of the state. But we have to continue with an agenda that we have always pursued. During the interim period, we managed to dismantle the General Court Martial, albeit with a new incarnation under the machinations that are being orchestrated by the regime. You know that. And I thank the person who led us in this, the Honorable Kabaziguruka. We thank you very much. And the gallant legal brains, the Honorable Kabaziguruka. Thank you very much, and the entire team. We dismantled the General Court Martial. That's a fact. And Museveni had to tinker with the laws to resuscitate it, to have a reincarnation of the same. But I'm assuring you, it will never be the same business. It will never be the same again. Because I've told you, and I want to speak here authoritatively, at least Mugabe, is called Mugabe who? Freeman Mugabe will never step back at the General Court Martial as the chair. We told him in his face. When we were with Dr. Chiza Besigye there, we told him in his face, we are here to fight you and your team to get you out of the General Court Martial. He's out. They can bring it back in a different shape, but we are determined to continue with the fight, and very soon we are filing the constitutional petition to challenge the same and continue with the struggle. We also managed to get our Chisum 36. Yes, the 36, where are you? We fought for their freedom. They were kidnapped from Kisumu. They were brought here, incarcerated for several months, but subsequently we managed to get them off the hook, though it is temporary freedom. No doubt we shall continue to aggressively and assertively seek justice and unconstitutional release of Dr. Chiza Besigye, Obedi Lutale, and a score of other political prisoners of different political shades. The struggle continues. The formidable legal team we assembled is still pursuing justice for Dr. Chiza Besigye. Whether Museveni likes it or not, we shall get Dr. Besigye out of Rizila alive. Dr. Besigye is not going to die in prison. That is not going to happen. We want to assure you, and God is on our side. And I thank you very much, all of you who have been standing on the side of justice. Those of you who have stood on the side of justice, I'm extremely grateful to you for that gesture. Therefore, as much as we have gotten our certificate and our party is now taking shape, I wish to emphasize that the PFF is not in competition for political space with the other oppressive political formations fighting to get rid of Museveni. Never. And please underline this. In as much as we have gotten our certificate and we are launching the party today, we are not jostling for political space with compatriots, with colleagues with whom we share the same political prison. And it is the reason we have our colleagues here, and we shall continue with all those efforts of getting in touch with all like-minded forces to regain control of our country. It's against that background that a political pact was executed with our brothers and sisters in Alliance for National Transformation as the first building block towards building formidable synergies. We thank you, General Mugisha Muntu, the Honorable Ali Salaso, and the entire team for your commitment towards this particular cause of getting together to liberate our country. Reinforced by the courageous and commendable decision of Comrade Honorable Dr. Michael Philip Lulume Baiga Kasajja Wamwenge, teaming up with the forces of change at Katonga. You are most welcome. If we are talking about weapons we have in our arsenal, he's an RPG. Yes. I know him very well. I've worked with him. We have been close together for the last 30 years. This is a missile. He's an RPG. Efforts to network with other progressive forces are underway, and we hope they will come to fruition in a couple of weeks. Already we are having conversations and discussions with other like-minded forces, and we hope those discussions will come to fruition pretty soon, so that we rally in a single file and get our country back on course. Those ones we shall be updating you in due course. First, with the paranoid state and public despondence, where a sizable percentage of the electorate seem to have resigned to fate, we have a cardinal obligation as the leadership of the change-seeking forces to rekindle a ray of hope to the citizenry. This has been the crux of it has been the gist of the message given by General Muntu here. We have a duty. The team that has been assembled today here, together with the colleagues in other formations, our primary obligation is to restore hope to Ugandans who are desperate right now. I think I don't need to repeat that message. It was well articulated by General Mugisha Muntu. As members of the PFF, what bounds us together are the following. You need to take a note of this. We are not here because of friendship, and we are not here for freebies. We are here because of the following. Number one, a shared vision of promoting freedom, unity, national consensus, and sovereignty of the people. That is mission number one. That's why we are here. Shared vision and shared destiny. Promotion of freedom. Fighting for freedom, unity, national consensus, and sovereignty of the people. Number two, we have a mission of valiantly continuing the execution of the struggle to its logical conclusion, restore people's sovereign authority to determine their destiny, and deliver a country that works for all. This is what should be informing our agenda and manifesto. It will be elaborated in due course. There is a commitment to values of good governance, democracy, social justice, accountability, constitutionalism, and equal opportunities for all. Finally, a philosophy of strengthening institutions of government and promoting the principle of separation as well as devolution of powers, the federal that was being explained here by those who spoke before me. In striving to achieve all the above, the leadership of PFF calls for the membership to remain steadfast, resolute, and focused. I invite you to remain resolute, to remain focused. I want to underline that. Remain resolute and focused. There are a number of things that are distracting us, but please remain focused and steadfast. It is equally imperative to maintain a high code of conduct and discipline at all times to avoid subversive conduct and subterranean grumbling. One thing that can kill any given institution, and again here, I'll tap into the wisdom of General Muntu, who has been in the army for a very long time. In discipline, subterranean grumbling, and subversive activities, we should guard against that. That will set us into disarray. It will set us asunder. It will bring our mighty institution down. It will lead to the crumbling of the institution. Please, let us remain disciplined, focused, and also observe a high code of conduct. This one, we shall take you through the guidelines that will require us to pursue that same. We should be alive to the fact that we are living in a very volatile political environment with toxic and diabolic diatribe, even amongst the oppressed citizens. I need also emphasize this. What is killing us in the opposition right now is what I have termed here diabolic diatribe. Diabolic diatribe. You see, the doctors will tell you, get yourself out of junk food. Junk food is dangerous to your health. That's what the Dr. Kamala's Dr. Besigye will tell you. Please avoid it as much as possible, junk food. But I will also tell you, junk information is also detrimental to your brains. There's a lot of junk information which you are consuming in the social media, you are consuming in your daily conversations, you are consuming even in the mainstream media. Everywhere the country is awash with junk information. Please, let's observe a diet, information diet. There is information diet. We share good information and avoid diatribe, which is diabolic, which is dangerous to any given institution.
President, the distinguished guests around, all Ugandans, allow me to say congratulations to PFF. Before I begin, allow me to introduce the members around, half of our President, Joseph Kiza Kabuleta, and he has sent greetings to you all. There is no such a joy as having your own home. You people, you have realized it. That is so great. Where you are comfortable, a home where you are freely expressing your views, a home where you are allowed to grow politically. This is so great. We know very well that apparently we have so many political formations where politicians, members, and leaders are hostages. We have formations where you find somebody putting on a color for that particular party is looked at as an evil. I'm not mentioning NRM. So, it is very important to celebrate and launch this milestone. Thank you. In a special way, allow me to thank the promoters of this idea. It was vital. Really, how could we manage to lose such brains I'm seeing around? because you're not given that freedom to speak, because you're not allowed to operate the way you want. So, in a special way, I thank the promoters of the idea, led by our Lord Mayor, the President. As need, we are alive to the fact that the rings, the words of change are written all over the walls of Uganda. But there are so many people who have not realized that. And allow me to inform you that there is a lot of fatigue among Ugandans. This time around, PFF, together with other political formations, serious ones like NEED, we should not let Ugandans down. They have a lot of hope in us. They are so fatigued. It's been a long journey. But this time around, we pray we realize our dream. Lastly, we call upon all Ugandans, beginnings with the Wananchi, the leaders, the religious community, cultural leaders, should also embrace and echo similar sound of change. We should all join hands. There are so many formations now, and we hear some people quarreling why such parties are coming up. The question is simple and the answer. Let us divide labor. For those who did economics, division of labor is important. We as NEED, we are so much into the economy. And the life stream of this government is money. How can we block that life stream? Not to allow them move. So we are handling that part. So any formation can handle a different perspective.